What's going on, guys? I haven't made a video in a minute because once I got everything together, I took it out on a little test drive. I was having some clutch issues, so I replaced my master cylinder, and then I took it out on the spin. And everything was going good for about 10 minutes, maybe even less than that. I was at a light, depressed the clutch, and then bing, all of a sudden I got no more clutch. There's nothing. I ended up pushing it into a parking lot. I had to get the car towed home. So I'm gonna show you what happened. Now the weights, because it's a weighted system, I don't know what happened, but when the clutch depressed, the ring that holds the weights in, this is the ring, became dislodged and it popped out and wedged itself in, not allowing the clutch to release or to engage. So I had no clutch, so the car wouldn't move. It didn't matter how many strokes I pushed the pedal in. It didn't matter how far it went in. Nothing. Nothing would work. And I didn't know that until I took the transmission apart. So if you guys had this similar problem with a center force clutch, because I got online and I read, and it said that these weights in this ring sometimes comes out and it becomes lodged into the clutch, not allowing that clutch to engage. And I wanted to tell you guys, you can remove that ring and the weight. I took the weights off, which was fairly easy. Just had to use some grip pliers to grip the wire and another pair of pliers to bend this back so that it will release the weights, and you have to pull the wire out. And then I just put the weights back on the rod. But it's a downfall to removing the weights in the ring. The clutch will have 10% less clamping force. But shit, I don't care, man. I'm not drag racing this car. This is a street build. That's all this is. It's an aggressive street build. So I'm gonna take these damn weights off. I'm gonna put it back in the car, and then we're gonna get it cracking and see if that solves the issue. In the tunnel, and that's my light and flywheel. Install that clutch, and then put the bell housing back on, and then put the transmission to it. So I'll show you what the finished product of that looks like. I got the bell housing on, the clutch is in there, it's centered. I got everything together. Now I got to put that transmission up in there. All right, let's go ahead and get it done. Okay, this is the snout. I got the snout machined so this Tilton collar could fit onto the snout. Now, none of the Tilton collars fits the factory snout for the T5 transmission for the Z, because this thing is like a Nissan hybrid. This shaft and all of that stuff is all a hybrid, so the disc transmission actually works with the Nissan. So I got this shaft machined so that this collar would fit on. I have to use an adapter because these pins, Tilton doesn't make a longer pin than this. The only way you can do it is either make a pin, but it won't be strong enough. I tried to make a pin to go from that to that. So what I did was I shimmed it with some washers and a screw, and I used a two-sided thread pitch pattern so that it all will work together. And it's strong, it's less likely to fail, and that's the reason why I ended up doing it that way. I double checked my clearance between the clutch forks and the bearing. All right, guys,
Everything's all buttoned up. The exhaust is on it. Transmission's all together. And I finished the job in about 4 hours. It's all connected. Drive shaft's hooked up. All the exhaust is hooked up. Starter's hooked up. And all the wires are hooked up. So, got it done. Now,
I gotta bleed the lines. I gotta hook up the fuel system. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a technician. And everything that I've done on this channel and I've showed on this channel, there are things that I would do. If you do these things, you have to do them at your own risk. Yep, if you like some of this information that I'm giving you, please subscribe to the channel, give me a like, and I'm out. Peace.